Hey Taurus, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Taurus. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So let's dive into some of your oracle cards and kind of get a sense of what your energy is going to be like when you see this person and what their energy is going to be like. And then we can look further into that with some tarot. But let's just get started. So your person is coming through as the hummingbird and the frog. Okay. Let's look at this and then we'll get your energy out on this side. The first thing I have to say is this person is super, super attracted to you. So the next time you see this person, they are thinking that you are looking so good. Really, really tasty and delectable is kind of what's coming to mind. Sweet like nectar. So this kind of hummingbird energy, it just shows me they are so attracted to you. They are so drawn to you. I feel like this person might not tell you that. I think you're going to be able to tell by the way they're looking at you. How much they love you, how much they want you, how much they've missed you. It kind of depends on what type of relationship this is, but these are the things that just kind of like came to my mind. So yeah, I think that they might not be willing to express that. That might make them feel uncomfortable in some way, but that attraction is definitely there. That's the first thing. I feel like if you've been apart from this person for a while, there's definitely the feeling that they miss you like crazy. They might not say all of this. That's the thing. I'm kind of getting a bit of a blocked energy from this frog energy, but we'll look at that. It can vary. This person really might want to say all these things to you, but they might be a little bit held back because I'm getting this sensitive energy coming through for this person. Very, very sensitive. And whether or not that sensitivity or those emotions are going to hinder their ability to communicate with you, it'll kind of depend. So I feel like for their energy, when the two of you see each other again, there's kind of this mixture of crazy amounts of excitement to see you, and then also a bunch of emotions that bubble to the surface. And I think this person might have a difficult time kind of wading through all of those emotions that come up for them, which can make it a little bit difficult for them to get their thoughts in order, to kind of center themselves, to maybe tell you some of the things that are on their mind. I think that they might have a plan of like how they want this meeting to go or what things they want to say to you. But the feeling that's coming through is it's kind of overwhelming, and it's almost like their heart is racing, and they might not be able to get a hold of those plans that they had in place, those thoughts that they had before, and maybe a mental list of the things they wanted to say to you. It's almost like it might be a little overwhelming for them, and they might not be able to get all of that out in a clear way. It feels like they have a million things that they want to say to you, and there's almost like this hyper kind of energy. So I think that energy is coming, one, from excitement, and two, from this overwhelming feeling that they have where all of these emotions are going on. They're kind of going crazy, and they've got a lot on their mind too, a lot to say. So I think this person might come across as very talkative, maybe even like kind of upbeat and excited. And I think that's true. Like, they will be very excited, but I don't know if they're going to really be getting their point across when they're in this mode of being super talkative, because this might just be something that they're doing to kind of fill the empty space, something that they're doing to ease their nerves a little bit, because it feels like the energy is very heightened, and like there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of nervousness at play here. I think there's a part of them that's almost afraid for you to know how excited they are to see you, maybe how much they missed you. It's like they want to somehow temper all of that, like keep that hidden from you a little bit. Maybe play it cool is the right way to say that. They want to play it cool, but it's almost like you're going to know that they are not pulling that off at all, because there's just kind of like a nervous energy around them, like a bumbling kind of nervous energy. They might be twitching and fidgeting a lot. I think this person, like it might feel almost like they have a hard time catching their breath. So there's a lot going on here. I think that there is kind of a protective mode coming through with this too. Like there's a lot of sensitivity and emotion that is at play when you see this person. There's a lot going on for them. And there's this part of them, I think, that doesn't want to let that show. I feel like it is going to show. I feel like it's going to show in one way or another. Like you're going to be picking up on it, even if it's not their intention, or the way that they're acting kind of nervously or talking a lot. They think they're covering something up, but it's like you're able to see through that. I just think that there's this really sensitive part of this person that they're trying to protect. They're trying to almost distract from it. They might not want to express all of these emotions, but they feel all of these emotions. So let's see what you have here, your energy for when you see this person next. So we have the crocodile coming through for you. And the scorpion. Okay. The energy coming through on your side is really the energy of, it's a little bit guarded. It's a little guarded. And it feels to me like the energy of wait and see. I think you're going into this meeting open. I think that you want to hear what this person has to say. You want to see them. I mean, I do think you want to see them, and you want to kind of figure out what their energy is going to be before you know how to respond, before you kind of know how you want to come across, or what you want to say to them. There's this energy of wait and see. So this, like, really, it can mean a couple of different things. Now, some of you might be kind of on guard when you see this person. It might be that you, like, you're ready to strike if they say the wrong thing. There might be particular things on your mind that you're thinking, I don't want the conversation to go this way, or I don't want you to say these things that, like what I've heard you say before. I don't want you to deny these certain things. And there's kind of a feeling that, like, if they were to go down these roads that you've already kind of mapped out as, like, no-fly zones, like, let's not let this go that way. There's this feeling that you really might strike with the scorpion energy. Now, I don't think that your intention is to go into this, to have some sort of argument with this person. So most likely you're trying to keep that energy at bay. But I think what I'm picking up on is that this person feels so nervous that they think that you might strike at them. They think that they might set you off in some way. They're kind of nervous about the possibility of saying the wrong thing to you. Now, this can also be on your part, that you're holding back a lot of your emotion, a lot of your feelings, a lot of the things that you do want to say to this person until you see kind of how they approach you, until you get a good idea of where they think this is going or what their intentions are. So yeah, there is a feeling of I'm just going to wait and kind of read the energy. I'm going to feel things out and see where this person is coming from before I give too much of myself, before I let them know exactly what's been on my mind or exactly how I'm feeling. It's like you really want to know how this person is feeling toward you before you say anything. I am getting that there's a definite willingness on your part to hear them out and to find out what's been going on. And it feels to me like you have reserved all judgment until you hear from them. So it's not so much that you're already fired up about something or that you're mad. I think that you can kind of keep your emotions, whether they are positive or negative type of emotions, you can kind of keep them under control, and you're just waiting to see. I think that it's really good that this person's coming across with this talkative energy. I hope that this talkative energy means that they will say some of the things that need to be said in this connection, if there are particular things that need to be said. But it's good that they are talkative, because it looks like you're in a place of receptivity. You're in the place to hear them out, to listen, to catch up, to find out what's been going on. So if they're going to be very forthcoming with that information, I think that's going to help the situation flow. There really is a feeling that you're not letting your emotions out, whatever they might be concerning this connection. You're not really letting these emotions show until you see theirs. It's kind of like a show me yours and I'll show you mine type of situation. You want to know what's going on in their mind. You want to know what's going on in their head. You don't want to just be shooting blind, firing blind, shooting in the dark. Am I mixing up metaphors? I don't know. But you want to know, kind of like, you want to know what's up before you say anything, it feels like. I think you want the opportunity to get some things out in the open, and that's kind of the main reason that you want to see this person. I think you're excited to see them as well, but there's a feeling that like some things need to be discussed, or you need to catch up, or you need to connect in this way. And you want this to be the time that you can do that. You want to jump on this opportunity, but also like you're letting them take the lead. So maybe you felt like you have been in the position of taking the lead most of the time through this relationship. And in this next meeting, you're going in like, I want to see this person step up and take the lead a little bit more. I want to hear what they have to say. It could be in some cases that this person initiates this meeting for you, and that might be why you're coming into it like all ears. Like you're coming into it ready to see what is going on with them. I think that there is like, you will, this Scorpion energy and this idea of like the Scorpion stinging, the strike, this can also be about, you want this to be a great opportunity. Like you want to strike, as in you want to strike while the iron is hot. Like you want to take this opportunity to discuss things, to get some things out in the open, to connect on a deeper level. And if the opportunity presents itself, you will certainly do that. But I think there's this feeling with you that you don't really want to be first. You don't want to necessarily lay everything out on the line without hearing that there's something reciprocated from this person. Okay, let's look at the energy that's going on between the two of you the next time you see each other. So we have wedge. So this is someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Okay. And we have ram. This is a stubborn or aggressive person. And we have rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Okay. Yeah. I think that for some of you, that things might start off a little bit rough. And I don't think that anything really happens necessarily in this meeting to make it start out rough. I think there's a lot of emotions, a lot of buried emotions. So even if these aren't right at the surface, it's like both of you can sense that there is something there. Like that there's a bigger matter that needs to be addressed, or there's an elephant in the room, or there's something. And it could be really awkward between the two of you at first. A lot of this energy could just be that it's awkward. There's a lot of like nervous energy and some guardedness and protection on both sides for different reasons. I think really on both sides it comes down to emotions, but it kind of displays a little bit differently. I think your person's trying to hide a lot of their emotions, and you might be just protective over your emotions. So it's like it's the same thing but for different reasons. And this could have to do with things that have taken place in the relationship previously. So it might just be that things are a little bit awkward. There's not necessarily like some big fight that needs to be had, but just that you're feeling a little bit nervous and uncomfortable around each other at first. I think there's a lot that needs to be discussed. And there's a lot that you want to discuss. And that part of it, I'm seeing you're pretty firm on that. I don't think you want this next meeting to go by without without getting some things resolved, or without gaining some clarity about things. So if there's particular plans that need to be made, or feelings that need to be discussed, maybe there's a particular way you want to connect with this person, and it feels like you have that on your mind, and like you know that that's what you would want to accomplish the next time you see this person. You want these certain things to be accomplished. So it feels like you're not willing to budge on that. It feels like, again, this feeling of striking while the iron is hot. Like, if you're going to see this person, if the two of you are going to get together, you want progress to be made, and it just feels like that's really on your mind the next time you're going into this. What I love here is this rainbow card. So it feels like you're just kind of in a place where you're wanting this person to meet you halfway. And getting this rainbow card, it looks like things are working out really beautifully. And it looks like this wall between the two of you is coming down, and it probably comes down pretty quickly. I think once you get past like the little nervousness and maybe the awkwardness, if it's been a long time since you've seen this person, it feels like the two of you kind of like hit your stride pretty easily. And really the hardest part was just the journey to like getting to see each other again, or just that first little bit, those first couple of seconds that are kind of awkward. That was the hardest part. And then it feels like you kind of flow, and like there is a nice flow and a nice energy to it. So let's look at your tarot cards. You just have two, and then we have these two oracle cards to find out the outcome. So we'll look at your tarot cards and kind of see what's going on the next time you see them. So we have Knight of Swords, and we have Death. Okay. There's really good communication here. I think maybe the Death card coming out can look a little scary, but I'm actually loving this, especially with this energy of the rainbow. So there's good communication the next time you see each other. There is a lot, like I was kind of picking up on, there's so much that needs to be discussed, and it looks like the two of you are going to accomplish that. I think there's, again, that awkward feeling in the beginning, but you're going to get to it. And I think that this person has a lot to say, and this Knight of Swords energy is very direct. So we were talking about them being kind of like bumbly and like and talkative, but maybe not in a very direct way. So whether they were going to communicate about what needed to be communicated about, I couldn't really tell. But this Knight of Swords energy is very direct communication. So if there's something you're waiting to hear from this person, this next time you see them, I think you're going to hear a lot of the things that you've been waiting to hear. A lot's going to get discussed, and I think there's clarity here. I think that you were coming into this with this waiting energy. Let me wait and see what they say. It looks like they're going to say what they need to say. They're going to be very direct and very clear about what they need to say. So you're going to get the clarity that you need. Now, this Death card, this is all about some situation being reborn, being regenerated. So it looks like this person's gonna spill a lot of these deeper emotions. So I think some of this frog energy, this more emotional energy, is gonna come to the surface. And it feels like something's going to be resolved, like something's going to change. The relationship is going to take on a new it's not just a new energy. I think it's a new course. It's like a new direction. It's going to be able to move in a new direction once all this stuff is cleared up. And it's almost like it's the same feeling of like the rainbow. Like you imagine a storm, there's a rainstorm you can't really see. It's very hectic. And then it all clears up and there's a beautiful rainbow in the sky. That's kind of the feeling of this Death card. Like everything is cleared away that's been hindering the relationship, and then it feels like you're able to move forward kind of in a better direction. I'm just noticing these horses here going off in different directions, and what I'm seeing from that is there was a course that this relationship was headed on, and it feels like the next time you see each other, something happens that's able to make this connection do a 180. Like it was going in one direction, and this communication that's going to open up kind of steers things in a completely opposite direction. So you might see a lot open up and a lot change after seeing this person again. I think there's a lot of information shared. That's what it feels like is super important about this next meeting. There's a lot of information shared, and it allows for the relationship to move forward because there were just a lot of things that were unsaid until this point. But yeah, it's like the storm has cleared. Okay, I'm getting kind of excited because it feels like this can take a really beautiful turn. And really get things going in a direction that you're going to be more happy with than I think what's been going on. Let's look at your last 2 oracle cards, and we'll kind of figure out what the outcome of this is. So the next time you see them, what is the outcome? How are you going to move forward? We have friendship, and we have passion. Oh. Okay. I think that what's happening here, the next time you see this person, there's a level of understanding that is taking place here. And that's through all of this communication. So there's an understanding. There's a more ease here, less tension. So all of that tense energy that was kind of present building up to seeing this person again, and even right in the beginning when you do kind of awkwardly see each other again, I think the two of you are going to get back to this really beautiful place where you can communicate, where you kind of just find the essence of the relationship. Whatever drew you to this person in the first place, or whatever common ground there is, whatever kind of connection that you have, it's like that connection is reestablished, and it feels like it's something that's firm. And then I love that this passion card came out too, because most of you are probably asking about a romantic relationship, although you can take these messages and they can be relevant to connections that are not romantic in nature. But if this is a romantic connection for you, I like that this passion card came out, because I don't get the feeling that you are going to walk away from seeing this person and resolving to just be friends. I think that this is really showing that you're able to tap into kind of the foundation of the relationship, but also take things to the next level. So there might be some sort of passionate exchange between the two of you the next time you see each other. Maybe there's a steamy kiss, or maybe there's more than that, but it does feel like the romantic feelings are there, and like the connection is there. Like, I think that there's going to be a lot of fun moments in this too. Some laughter, some jokes, some catching up, maybe remembering things, and kind of sharing your experiences from the time that you were apart. If it's been a long time, I think there's good banter here. Like, there's a nice friendly energy, a nice like upbeat and fun energy here. But there's so much more as well. And it looks like you're going to be able to kind of touch on both sides of that and really establish a more passionate connection moving forward. And that just takes me back to this, like the energy here has sort of diverged, and the connection has taken on a new, kind of a new life. It feels like after you see this person again, things are moving in a much different direction. And if this was a relationship that hadn't really kicked off in terms of passion, maybe it hasn't developed into a physical relationship, it looks like there's going to be some movement in that area, some kind of expression of feelings, or maybe some kind of physical touch, or like I said, a kiss, maybe some admission of deep emotion. So yeah, this actually looks like a lot of fun. I think there's a little bit of awkward energy to get over right in the beginning, but it looks like a lot of fun, and it looks like it is it's a connection worth having. It looks like it's like you're going to be really glad that you did see this person. And I think you already know that, because there's so much excitement on both sides that the two of you are going to see each other. But it's like, in the end, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I think you're going to be really happy that you saw them, because there was a lot that can get discussed in person. There's a lot that can happen. So yeah, I think I'll leave your reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and thank you for letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you in another reading really soon. Bye!